thing that stopped people using it was the sound of it wasn't very. It sounded like you were
also
firing paper, but now they've put a sound on it which is a lot more satisfying, and I think we're going to see a lot more of that now.
I mean, the other thing as well is that no one used it because you had the choice of either that or a CZ. You obviously picking a CZ. So anyway, gonna kick it off here with the pistol round. LDLC getting started off on the CT side. That definitely makes them quite chuffed, I would say. And 3D Max are just scouting around, just trying to see what they can spot over here in middle as well. So we see they start looking for some damage in through middle. If they could get, if they could punch a hole through there, that'd be really nice. But we can see LDLC falling back to like, really defensive positions here. Apart from MBK, he's a little bit out there on the A-long house, but it's a good position nonetheless.
Yeah, so no one's going to peek just yet. MBK. Oh, that said, MBK. Gets the shot on Zaze as the action goes towards short. We are going to see a three-man push here from 3D Max. He's going to be happy holding, but NBK is going to come and give him some support here. Doesn't get the frag through the smoke. He had an advantage there, but didn't work out in his favor. And NBK will go down after taking down one of the 3D Max players. Have a 3 versus 2 here in favor of the CTs. 3D Max going to have to try and hold a lot of different angles here, but both coming from one. Shoxy gets the one shot and reflex, and will be all the players going down for 3D Max. That's going to be round 1 for LDLC. They are on the CT side. This is the side where I'm expecting to see Smithy go Rambo. So we'll see what is to come. But that's a good start there for LDLC.
So 3D Max, this is where you'd want to see a team like bust out the eco strat. So usually in a spot like this, they aren't going to want to buy already anything because they just got the bomb down. So what some teams would like to do is maybe just get like a smoke or two and then try to play for that short, the short plant. We just basically try to rush the plant under some smoke. They've decided to, it looks like, to maybe even go for just a B split or a bit of a mid fast here. But you got to be quick, and the aim is definitely to get some bombs planted in a situation like this. Let's see what they're able to do though. They do have some P250s, so that gun is going to see a lot more action, I think, these days, now that CZ has been nerfed.
The honest gun is back, baby. I've waited for this day.
I've actually been waiting like 4 or 5 months.
You didn't even think they were going to...
I didn't think that they were going to do anything.
You thought the game was doomed. You thought our lives were ruined, DDK.
Yeah, I've seen that too many times before. I didn't want to get my hopes up. Alright, so they are going to make their way up too short indeed, actually. And they do have the smokes, and there it is. Is that the... yeah, that's the smoke, I think, onto the side there. So it's the plant for sure. They just have to get to that spot really fast and see if they can get that bomb down. It's like they are making some ground here, but LDLC, they've done this before. They've seen this before. Shoxy already knows what's happening. A little bit off with the aim there, so he's not going to be able to stop the bomb from going down. But that's a great effort from 3D Max. That's absolutely the goal that they were going for. So that was a successful plan. They've got to be happy about that.
Yeah, there's... you see that same strat from LDLC, but with even more smoke. There's actually a smoke commonly referred to as the Fnatic smoke, which there are multiple on every map pretty much.
Yeah.
But it smokes a slope as well, so where you saw the peak there, which took out the first player of 3D Max, that area would be smoked off as well. They did get the bomb plant down anyway, however, and it will be Zarte with the AWP. No armor, does get the first frag of Kiyashima through the smoke.
That's a nice shot to make, and now that's going to put a lot of pressure on LDLC. They bought they have the double AUG setup, so Shox and Smiths with those, and this is going to be interesting now for them because 3D Max, they have loads of time to play with. They can do all kinds of business. Now they've taken short, they can just go for the quick drop into middle. They can just try to ready up for an A split. They can do anything they want. It's LDLC who've got to react and try to be safe here, or go for a little bit of a gamble and stack towards one possibility, which is actually looking as if what they're doing, and they have left one man on B. So this is the play for LDLC. Let's see what 3D Max decide to do. Ideally, what they should try to do is to try to find out some more info about how LDLC have rotated before they commit to a play, because then they can say, okay, well, if we figure out there's more players this side, then we can go hit the other side, and everybody's happy. But
that boost spot, or not the boost spot, it's a jump spot on the on CT spawn, becoming a more common position for Happy, just setting up in case there's a mid to B smoke go down, so he's well prepared to shoot people in the back. We do have a push coming out on long here.
So going for the play on 2A, and MBK in the pit, ready with the Famous, slowly creeping up. Shox maybe distracting. That's a great flash over, and it's going to be MBK dealt with immediately, but there is Shox with another kill. a 2-on-3 now. It's all on Smiths. In a 1-on-3 as 3D Max clean up. This is a great round from 3D Max off of the back of that first pick. And Smiths now as he goes up the stairs looking for a quick shot. Probably won't go for this unless he gets an easy shot or two, which is very unlikely. 3D Max playing it by the book so far. And Smiths now is positioned. A great reaction there from Smiths. Are they going to give him something else here? They absolutely don't have to. And indeed, they are going to keep themselves out of harm's way. Smiths is going to back off, and he's going to get himself to safety towards B and keep that AWP alive. But very, very big round there from 3D Max. I mean, a huge buy coming in from LDLC, and that's going to hurt.
Yeah, it's really important for 3D Max as well. They're breaking the CT economy before it gets started, and again, they are not the heavily favoured team of the two. So these kind of rounds are going to be very, very important for them. If LDLC make a run on the financial side of things and start going Rambo, then they're going to be in a lot of trouble. And Smiths, again, still, this is like vintage Smiths now.
Yeah, this is something that he does like every time, almost without fail.
And it always works.
This is the thing, though. I'm surprised. Like I even do this in matchmaking on FACEIT and pugs. Like if I'm playing middle of an AWP, I will often just copy Smiths and go for that. And I've found frags like that too. It's not even super hard to do if you put the flash in there right. So I'm surprised people are not more prepared for it, especially when you know you're up against the one and only the Rambo Smiths, the French Rambo.
So is Disturbed going to peek holding the bomb? That's going to be a lot of info for the CTs if he does here. Does have two players next to him. So he's just holding a close angle, but if they do see him on the radar, okay, the push is going to come in here. Smith doesn't get flashed. Oh, misses the shot that would have been the bomb down. Misses the second one as well. Can he get the third? No! That's going to be the bomb there. They're going to have to play for the retake here. They only have an AWP and an M4. Eagle on Kiyashima.
Wow, Smith's missing those 2 or 3 shots. It's very well the difference between them. They're very unlikely to win the round now from this point. But they are dropping all through the window, all through that smoke, and the kills coming in crazy. Like this trades back and forth. But LDLC, what was that even? I don't understand.
I
think 3D Max, they had a guy there that was supposed to be looking window, but he either missed his shots or he just wasn't looking for that split second where they all pile through the window at once.
We need to go back and look at that on the demo, because I'm wondering if they had some kind of strat there with regards to smokes and getting in onto the site, because they had 3 dudes on that site. They were deep into that site with 3 dudes, man.
Maybe it's just the fact that they pushed the smoke so immediately that it's just a surprise factor. You just don't expect it, like 3 or 4 CTs to push the smoke all at once.
I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah, that's a really big deal, because Smith's missing those shots really put them at a big disadvantage. But either way, it's now going to be flipped back into the favor of the French side, as 3D Max are now on the pistols. And still some CZs coming into play from 3D Max, and going to meet their fate at the hands of Smiths and Kiyashima before now being left with almost no options.
Yeah, you can see they're still going for the CZ play there. Didn't quite work out. Now, that is only one example, so we'll see. I had a quick play of it earlier, and it is still possible to get the frags, similar to before. They haven't adjusted all the properties, but because it has less bullets and I think it has a slightly slower fire rate, you can't get those kind of 2-3 man spray downs of it as you might have before. So may see a few less Ron Jeremy spray downs from that CZ.
There's also the thing, one of the things that was really OP that they didn't nerf was the spread when you're running, how it basically doesn't change, and so that should still enable it to be pretty effective in cross-board situations, at least against one player like James just mentioned. And we'll have 3D Max going for what seems to be a very similar round to the round in which they found success in, the first proper buy round previously saw double ops from LDLC. Just taking over short. This time they didn't get the first opening pick, so LDLC with a much better chance to defend against whatever they have planned. And a lot of this position is about, for 3D Max, is about finding out information. You can even do that by throwing in your own grenades to try to bait out response.
From the CTs already. No one's said on either team yet, but they have an inkling as to what's going on, and they've put 4 people on the A bomb site. However, Happy is going to be the first to fall, and the T's are still in a position where they could push towards B. Right now, we only have Smiths on the site on his own. Nobody covering mid for the CTs, and we have Sarte positioning just to take care of things. Again, we've got some uncertainty here from the T's. We've got a long steal being held down by NBK as per usual. The orbs are coming in, though. They've decided to push short. This is going to be a mistake from them.
Shox over by Graffiti there. Kyoshima on the bomb boxes. This is a great setup, but it's going to be Natu to take down one. And this is all on Shox now in this position on Graffiti. It's going to be very hard to make these shots happen. He's going to go down. Smith from below. Still with the CZ in hand as well. Slowly making his way up now. He's got 3 players to deal with. One is quite low, and he will take down Reflex. Out comes the AWP. This can't really have the time to reload this. He's had 1 bullet in it. And there comes the reload. It's really running out of time right now. The flash is coming over, and Nati's going to go for the peak. That's going to be the round for 3D Max there, as we do see them having some really, really honest and solid rounds in these, guns versus guns. This is a little bit surprising.
A really important thing to note there was NBK's timing to rotate to the site to help his teammates was just as whoever it was, I think it was Reflex, maybe I could be wrong, who was on long and picked him just as he was rotating to the site, which forced the guy playing Goose to just stand there because he had no cover to hold an angle on short. So that really changed around there for 3D Max, and we've had 2 of the 3D Max players fall to AWPs early on in this round. And with the bomb in Suicide, they're not looking good at the moment. You can see Kiyoshima is pushing the B tunnel as well, which is going to give his teammates a lot of information. Smith will continue to hold the short area though, as we do have 2 Max players towards mid. But Kishima's flank has paid off, and he's taken up Khan. It is 5-on-2 now.
Sterling Nasty going to try to make their way up into some kind of opportunity, but it's going to be denied. So LDLC going to find themselves some decent success here. And the really interesting thing is that 1 round where we had everybody dropping through the smoke on B, because had 3D Max won that round like they should, there's no way that LDLC can keep these buys going. Because we just saw previously 3D Max winning a round, and had they won that what should have been pretty guaranteed round in B, there is no way that they have money this round to actually buy, and this would be 3D Max actually claiming an eco round victory instead. So 3D Max would actually it would be looking like 5. Maybe, okay, I don't know, 4-3 in their favor or something like that. It would look a lot better, basically. So it can all come down to these really small situations, these very small margins, as we are seeing in Counter-Strike. And the standard 3-man push onto long here, just at the beginning, before they split off, almost immediately, getting MBK in position.
Yeah, that retake was insanity. Yeah, is the only way I can describe it. And there's a timely Molotov there, which is going to stop the eco 4-man push from mid.
They know that there's a guy on either side, and Kyoshima is just having his way with it. Happy as well going in with some love, picking up some kills.
They've got 4 Glocks on them. He's going to offer next to no damage. That's the 1 P250, which gets the 1 shot there. That range is superior to the CZ now.
Can't pick him up. Pick up his M4. Another big change in the games is of course of the M4A1S, and I spoke to quite a lot of players, and I agree. I completely agreed as well. I mean, there didn't ever feel like a situation where the M4A4 was actually better, because the M4A1S was so much cheaper. It was just so much cheaper. It was just too much, in my opinion. At least that's my opinion and the opinion of some other top players. But everyone had their opinions about it. Either way, Shock's going to rush up middle with his AWP, because why not? This is what you do when you have massive balls. Just run up mid, no support.
Yeah, so this is Rambo time now, but it's Shoxy with the Rambo. And to be honest, Shox has gone somewhat crazy in recent time. He had a donation on his stream. He started painting his face. He was wearing a green wig 2 days ago. Like, he's lost his damn mind. Interestingly, Shoxy watches all of our broadcasts. He even stays up to watch the North American ones. He told us himself. He watches every single FACEIT broadcast.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He's like our #1 fan. That's insane.
That truly is a testament to his insanity.
Yeah.
Alright, so pretty interesting that nothing came of that fast aggression. The entire point of that is surprise factor, just blow up the round completely before it gets going, and obviously after that initial push they didn't really find anything, so they had to go back, and now 3D Max is slowly settling into upper dark and looking like a full-on B push all the way through dark. Nice little grenade there. Kyoshima gets his head just knocked off. And we see a 3-on-3 now as 3D Max do have a really nice cover of this side. It's a great spray through the smoke to make things even more certain. Another good shot there from Natu, or spray I should say, as he picks up another kill. MBK going to go in from the window. He's alone. He does pick up the first kill. Natu falls to the ground. There are still 2 players left alive, Zate and Kant. MBK's got to work this out really fast. They could be in so many different positions here. And there it is. He does understand where one should be, but going to get caught off by Zate. Another good round there from 3D Max, just a straight up B play and somehow circumventing the early aggression.
Indeed, yeah, that was almost like a Navi style play there. There were 10 players alive until there were like 35 seconds left on the clock, and then the push came in. People got shot through smoke on both sides, and they came out victorious. So they're definitely keeping in it. And again, Shoxy's pushed through, and here comes Smithsy as well. Here's the Rambo time. Gets double flash though. These guys know what to expect. But that said, NBK still gets the first frag of the round.
Still aggressively positioned, does get caught off. That's 2 players down for LDLC. Now they're going to start taking some risks. Happy doesn't like this though. He's a bit too far out, a bit too exposed. I'm going to fall back with the use of a flash. In comes support though. Kyoshima is there on short with him, and together they may be able to do something here, and that is certainly what they really want to do. They need to accomplish something here. If they just sit down, you know, just plant themselves on short and just wait, if there is a rush on B, then that is going to be a really hard situation to deal with if that bomb does go down.
Yes, they do have the man advantage here, and we can see LDLC aggressively looking for information. Smithsy gives someone a haircut there. Do have a 2-man stack on short here from LDLC, but is it going to be enough? The Molotov comes out, doesn't go in the right place though. He comes out with the surprise there, but there's only Smiths left versus 2 now, and he could get flanked here if he's not careful. He's heard a footstep. He's heard the footstep. But Reflex knew he was looking for him, but Smith finds him regardless. Picks up the AK and is going to be first hit wins here.
Relatively similar on the health actually, and the problem is that Smith can only really see ahead. Can't see the body, but now it's actually a good smoke, and he's going to be able to crawl his way around. Ooh, just barely spotting him in time, and there it is! Grabs Khan from the air, and he will be able to get this defuse in time, I believe. Yeah, she's got this. Oh my god, it's so close! Oh, once again, so close!
Yesterday it happened, today it happens. Brutal. Excellent play there by Smith.
I thought he had it for sure.
The mind games there were absolutely perfect. He just had just a whisker of time missing from the clock there.
Yeah, just half a second more. Either way, 6-4, and it's good for LDLC. 6-4 is decent so far, but surprisingly, it feels like 3D Max are doing really well. Yet they only have 4 rounds, so it's quite surprising. One thing I do really like from LDLC from the last round was how in that 3-man situation as the CTs, how they did put 2 guys on short, because it gives them such a fast response time to deal with B if it is going to be B, and they can practically figure stuff out very quickly if they want to as well, if they get any info for them for the teammate. So really perfect setup. Just not as lucky as maybe they could have been on the short trade situation. Either way, it is the pistols here. We do have a deagle there for Shox. I think that was put down to $700, and also on Kyoshima and MBK as well. So it's going to be nice to see more deagles come into play in the future.
So you saw Natu was standing behind a pillar there in B tunnels. I learned from netcode guides that that's like the standard position when you're a T playing there. So you have maximum cover, but you can still completely take out a CT if they push. But the trades are coming in thick and fast here, going the way of 3D Max. Has, however, picked up a Galil, but it's going to be only him and Kyoshima versus 4. So we'll see if they can do anything with this. Finally, 3D Max taking things very passively. They know LDLC are an aggressive team, looking for the aggressive push there on the eco, but it didn't come for the longest time. They have, however, only lost 1 man, which is fantastic for them, but Zarte's just pushed out a bit too far. Had no cover there. There was a trade frag, however, but it's going to be Kyoshima with the Galil versus 2. I don't think he'll have time to get a bomb plant, defuse, sorry. But he will get taken out by the remaining players. So it ended up being quite a reasonable eco there for LDLC. 3D Max taking the bomb site with 4 players, but only having 2 at the end of the round.
So Smith was thinking about going glass cannon but instead he did get the M4. And you can see there's 4 M4A4s on LDLC's side at the moment. So the M31S with the new price falling out of fashion a little bit, and at least with LDLC's ranks for Dust 2. And it's going to be a very different round for LDLC. We're used to seeing them on these buy rounds rocking at least one AWP, but now there is no AWPs for them, and they have a very nice hold here with that boost, and it's going to be a single frag onto Disturb as they pull back there. Great stuff. That's exactly the job that needs to be done.
LDLC have got nobody on the B bomb site right now. They had to use the second man to go for that boost in the mid area. So they had 3 people in mid at the time, actually, so that's quite interesting. Now they've gone to a 2-1-2 formation, so really good adjustments there by LDLC. I don't think I've noticed that before.
It's a nice gamble, because what they're saying is, okay, we're quite sure that if we see some guys in mid, that if there is a guy in B, he's not going to push really fast, because they could expect there to either be an AWP or whatever. Like, either they get hit by a B rush or something quite fast, or it's not going to happen until later in the round. So it's a nice gamble to take, I think. Put the bust down the middle, and it's going to be met with a result. Zati does take down Happy as Kyoshima looks over longingly from the window towards middle, but doesn't spot anybody just yet, as they are holding off a little bit. A little bit confusing, but now finally they're going to go for it. Oh, Shock's coming in with some frags with the help also of MBK. They're going to clean up easily, and wow, that looked a lot better than it actually resulted in for 3D Max. They were out there in middle, but they couldn't quite execute those kills.
Yeah, it's interesting that I mean, NBK seems to be tied to the Silent M4, but his teammates, again, some of them have definitely switched over. So it seems that for some, it was an economical factor to go for the Silent M4, and for others, they prefer the bullets if the money's all the same. 2 frags coming out here on long for Happy versus the eco of 3D Max. We can see Khan there with the CZ75. He is top mid, so he's not going to be doing a hell of a lot with that, especially with those nerfs to the bullet damage. And ooh, it gets naded as well. That's not nice. Kyoshima just keeping an eye out on the middle area. Again, he does have the M4A4, so he's got that extra 10 bullets, which will allow him to deal with eco pushes such as these. Khan may fall soon if he keeps challenging Kyoshima from that distance. One out of bullets as well. He is the last man standing now, and still got 16 bullets though. They have added an extra clip with the lowered magazine. He is going to get flanked, however, from Kyoshima.
Counter-terrorists win.
So LDLC, putting things back as they rightfully should be, and starting to dominate 3D Max again. But it's just really interesting. Like, a couple key rounds could really have put 3D Max in potentially like a 10-5 kind of scoreline, because there's lots of rounds where it was kind of almost given that they should have won, yet they didn't, and because of that, LDLC don't eco the next round. They don't pick up a 3-1. They're not really picking up any 3-1s, but this long push is going to try to do something here. They are managing to get at least 1 frag, but the cost is so high. Close. 3 players going down 3D Max in that entry. And there you go, Khan able to work in a kill from the pit, but the thing is, LDLC, they often play 3 men like on long right at the beginning of the round just for those situations. Because a similar rush cannot hit short as quickly.
LDLC, oh, that's the admin. That's fine. He can time out if he wants to. LDLC are flashier. I would argue that they are flashier on the CT side, but do you think they're stronger on the CT side, or do you feel like
than their T side on this map?
Yeah. Ooh, in the face.
It really depends on if they get their money going.
What's going on with these Super Mario 4 scouts? They've got 4 scouts, I just noticed. Did they have 5 scouts? Or did they have 4? I need to know. Someone tweet me.
You can see they keep working here if they can pick up that 6th round. Happy going to take down Disturbed. So you do a 3-on-3. And the bomb is still stuck in upper dark, so it's going to be really hard to get onto B now. They got two opposing CTs there. Shock's rotating. He's going to spot 1. Takes Khan down. That bomb's up on the Xbox now, and they don't have a smoke.
That's better. They were challenging him 1 by 1. I don't know why. But second man comes in. Can only aim at 1 place at any one time, so that's going to help them. Flashbang will give away that they're going to A, so the instant rotation's coming in from Happy. Super Mario Brothers continues, but
missing the timing on that first shot.
one jump too many gets eaten by the big green flower.
All right, so 10-5, and that's it could have been so much better for 3D Max. They had some, I think they missed out on maybe like 3 or 4 rounds, which they could have gotten, like very realistically, where they had a really good position to win a round, and they just kind of gave up the advantage, or like that, running through the smoke like into the B site, for example, that retake.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it could have looked a lot better for them. So, and that surprised me. They had some great buy rounds against the double AWP setup of LDLC. They, in a legit way, they like took map control, did everything right, and then were winning the rounds, which is actually kind of a big deal against a team like LDLC.
So what do you think 3D Max need to do to get this back to 10-10, other than a pistol round, obviously? I mean, do you feel like this is a big deficit for them against a stronger team?
Yeah, I mean, the thing about CT, and this is like why it could have been so much better for 3D Max, is once your economy starts going down the toilet, it gets really rough. But they're always so close to like forcing that situation on LDLC, because we've seen even a team like LDLC and even a lot of the top teams, sometimes if they just can't quite get their money going just because they don't win just the right rounds, which sometimes happens. Sometimes it just works out like that. Then your money it's like a big battle against your own economy, and they didn't really have that problem. There was a lot of spots where they were comfortably able to buy, even when it was like very close, they could always afford a good buy, and so that was no real free ones for 3D Max to pick up. So unless they're able to break the economy and have a really strong start, it's, I don't know. And this is LDLC we're talking about. They have so many good strats and tactics. We were talking about that, the way that they play the short plant before, with just a few smokes and some pistols just to get the guaranteed bomb plants. They got so many tricks in the bag.
Yeah, I really want to look at that retake again on the B-bomb side,
yeah,
because that was so bizarre. Like, honestly, I have not seen anything like that before. Have you?
I don't know, man. I think they must have just all run through the smoke just straight away. But somebody was like somebody was sleeping.
It's brazen. It's very brazen, DDK.
Yeah, the hubris. All right, so we're into the pistol round. CT side, as James mentioned, this is obviously a must here for 3D Max to pick this one up, and they have 3 on B, so that's an interesting gamble there.
Oh, and Happy peeked the double doors. There were 2 people there, and he's gone down straight away. We have got the mid to B smoke coming out, but do they know that there are 3 people on the B site?
Definitely did. The gamble is strong. And look at that, they go to clear it upper dark first. That's really smart. And now they can almost let the plant go down and then retake as thought. And even just getting these long range picks, this is really smart from 3D Max. They have a 1-man advantage with that bomb down. All coming from dark now, though. This could be a little bit awkward. Oh, no. Smith's going to be able to pick one off immediately. Zate goes down. And we have a trade coming in from Natu. And Smith, can he do it? Looks like he is not going to be able to. And then it's a defuse. Even having a kit. No sweat there for 3D Max.
Don't be a tit, buy a kit, as they say in the Englands. So that's an important round there for 3D Max. Let's see if they can continue, or if LDLC have sneaky strats in their back. I feel like they're really confident, like really confident that they have no chance of losing here, because we can see it's the second round. We've got an AK and a Galil on their team already. This is madness. We've got double Deegs as well. So it's like they want to show we are the champions here. We are the champions. We've got the heavyweight belt around our waists. We're going to come for you, win or lose a round.
This could get very interesting very quickly. This is something now LDLC really love to do after that buy round. And again, trying to stress that kind of piece of theory there, where even if they just do a lot of damage, get like 3 players dead, then that damage to the economy of 3D Max, obviously with the round buffer that they have to play with, is always going to be more favorable for them.
Look at the flank here. They're stuck on short. This is terrible. We've got the rotation from LDLC going down long to secure the bomb plant. Shoxy just ripping people's heads off.
Nice.
This is psychological warfare, people.
And even if 3D Max win this round from this point, there's already too much damage done from LDLC. They've already done what they set out to do. And in comes Zate with that FAMAS. Looking for those heads, does get some good damage. Oh no, Kyoshima, why? Gonna take down MBK. It's a 1-on-1 now because of that. Natu gonna be dropping down CT, moving over to the crossover. See if he can spot where Kyoshima is at least. Oh!
What
Damn!
was that? Wow. This guy He is 3 steps ahead of the Finns right now.
Yeah.
And I can see, I bet NBK was like, Sequasa! on the microphone to Kiyoshima after...
What does it mean?
After an early buff. Like, what the hell's going on, basically?
Ah.
Not literally, but more or less. It's in the way you say it.
Yeah. That was a really cool shot, because that does look very phenomenal, but part of the reason why he's able to pull that off is because it's very common that someone's going to jump spot. So you visualize in your head that somebody's going to be doing that, and you've seen it before. So he's already primed to take the shot. He's almost already taking it before the guy jumps. So it looks very fantastic.
That's got to be G2A Frag of the Week, surely.
It was really nice, that's for certain. But this is, again, a 3-man stack here from 3D Max. They seem to time these very well, but they have the weapons to pull this off. L-DLC ready for this. Going to go and make the entry. Both players going down without much trouble. And here we go. There's 2 left now. It does have like a little though, but does get taken down. So 12-6, and LDLC looking to clean this game up very well. 3D Max definitely looking bad on the monies.
Yeah, LDLC looking like they've got a barbecue to attend at the moment. Trying to storm their way through this match. We've got Smiths with the scout. I want to see this. He is going for the tag rather than the frag. Going to find any connections though. Ooh, Matey, some teases of an opponent through the smoke, but nothing there. Natu has pushed through lower tunnel. Looks away at just the wrong time, and Kishima will rip his head off. Happy does take down Khan, so it's going to be a 5-3. So far, so good on this anti-eco here by Team-LDLC. The A-bomb site is completely open here. NBK must be careful here. Only 24 HP. Does have support from Shoxy, who will take down Zate, but Disturb gets a trade frag. Can he hold on to this AK though? It's not looking likely. Gets another frag on Happy. Actually, we've got to look at the health here. Kishima's on 1 HP, NBK on 24. This is suddenly all doable here for Disturb.
1 HP on Kiyoshima.
Bomb has been planted.
The thing is, if he isn't aware of the HP on his team, does he save?
If he's aware of the health, he should go for it for sure. But there it is. Does take down NBK, but he's very, very far away. Doesn't have a kit, so GG, no re for Disturbed.
Ooh.
But I like how he's staying out there trying to just play with them. He doesn't even have any armor himself, so
If he
be able
pulled
to
the
save
trigger,
this.
if he pulled the trigger there, he wouldn't have had time to defuse. But
the thing is as well is that he could actually feasibly go for this because he doesn't have anything but an AK. That's only $2,700, and they've lost a bunch of rounds in a row now, so that he's basically going to make that up next round anyway. So, and having already a lot of money, he could definitely have gone for that and been aggressive with it. So, either way, it's going to be 3D Max with probably their best shot now at taking this match back in hand. If they don't do it in this round, it is pretty much over for them. They don't have the bank. It's just economically not feasible. So, LDLC, they should be understanding exactly this point, and we'll probably see a pretty considered round from them.
no boost here from 3D Max in the middle area. We've got Shoxy is
He's spraying for the boost though. Spraying for it. That's actually really smart. You don't see people do that, at least I haven't seen people do that super often, but that is a smart spray.
LDLC are doing their homework. Stay ahead of the game. That's
Oh,
a great
nice.
frag there by Zate. But is it going to be enough?
It is definitely going to thin out the push at least, which is very, very important. And Zate's stuck up here with the AWP all by himself. This could be very... Oh, just spotted a pixel there. And he gets the shot and the bomb goes down as well. That's big info. Zate with a sick double. That's a brilliant play. That's going to open up the round for 3D Max, as now they know where the bomb is. Zate going to drop off. Very smart decision. Very smart indeed now, as Nati's looking for the flank. They know that where the bomb is. They're just tracking it now, and there it is spotted. Kiyoshima's up in the B bomb site. Natu, does he go in, or does he just wait? And it looks like he's just going to go straight in. Doesn't know Kiyoshima's position, and that could be fatal. Now 3D Max are in a very difficult position, and saving is just not on... They just can't. They just can't go for a save here, ever. They have to go for it. And Zati does have a kit, so there is that. There's the pop flash for his teammate through the window.
Oh, I got caught with the nade out.
I'm losing that one-on-one there. Oh, Kiyoshima with another one. And that's all she wrote there. 3D Max, they had it. Zate with that 3 kills. He gifted the round to them. He's like, guys, I'm gonna challenge you. There's no way there's no way to mess this up. Find me a way that we can mess this up. They found a way.
They delivered.
They delivered. They found a way.
Yeah, that was a catastrophic round for 3D Max. That was going to keep them in the game. But they went for self-immolation instead. And 1 round away from match point at LDLC. We've got 2 huge frags here from Khan. All of a sudden, it's 2 versus 5. This is getting weird now.
It's I mean, I think another raid round we saw was like the 4 or 5 scouts where they seemingly did a lot better than most of the other rounds, but
It's Bizarro world.
it is kind of nuts.
There are no rules out here.
So somehow they are able to like, they should win this round. I can't imagine Kyoshima able to pull this one off. I mean, there is Disturbed on the angle, and does miss the shot. Gets the tag now, and with that tag, Kyoshima's chances go out the window now to actually clutch this one. Had he been able to get the first kill without getting tagged, then have another one-on-one on the site, could maybe even find a 1-on-2 so far. Could be maybe foreseeable that's then a doable situation. But 14-7 is the score. 3D Max keep themselves alive, and picking up all those AKs, that's a really big swing on the money. So that's going to help out massively. But they don't have the rounds here.
Yeah, let's be realistic, guys. They need to double their score to tie with LDLC right now. LDLC need a mere 2 rounds to take the first game of this best of 3 in the G2A European arm of the December Cup. $10,000 in prize money for this tournament. Again, there is a qualifier on the platform in the next few days. 256 teams registered for it. We've got flames coming out all over the place. Not going to be a Sunday roast though. NBK going to plant for long here with all the CTs in CT spawn to mid area. Are going to push short together. They have Scout, an M4 and an AK, and they're smoked off completely.
Ooh, nice by Nati. Very good intuition. In comes shots from the back. Hit the floor. Now NBK in a 1-on-3. They've given him a potential to have a highlight clip here. All charging him down. That's not going to happen. And they're going to pick up the round. They only lost 2 players, so they're actually, I think, pretty happy with that. It's not really a big problem for them. They can afford the drops, so it's not really an issue. But thus begins the long road for the Finns.
Once again, guys, if you are watching this at home, you can still be in a chance with entering this tournament. There is a qualifier coming up on the platform. It was 128 players, but due to insane demand, we doubled it to 256 entrants, and it is maxed at the moment. But keep an eye on it in case somebody drops out, guys. So it's going to be LDLC on the eco this time. 3 people in B tunnels at the moment. Bomb is going to be carried by Shoxy towards mid. We have an aggressive push here from Reflex in a long area. Going to try and get some info for his team. You can see the rotation coming from Khan. Going to get closer to the A bomb site now that Long has been aggressively secured. Oh, that's a schoolboy error. He hasn't checked the corner. Come on, man.
They're up on the B side though, and Nati with the close defense coming in with the M4 frags. Just happy left over. He does pick himself up an M4A4, but without any Kevlar. And being smoked off in the way that he is, it's a hard approach into that site, and the bomb is stuck in the doors. It's going to get taken down, and another round goes to 3D Max. But LDLC are going to be on a buy now, and should imagine that they'd even pick up an AWP here. Indeed, it's going to go over to Smith.
3D Max cannot afford to be that sloppy checking the corners here. Again, they are only 2 rounds away from defeat in this first map, so they have to be extra careful.
Oh, look, he's trying to outsmith Smith. But Smith wasn't on the angle when the flash came over. I think he saw like a pixel of the flash, so he just avoided it entirely. And Reflex with a very aggressive position there. Going to find himself almost in harm's way, but he does get out of there and smokes it off. Actually, someone ran straight through the smoke, and he gets him. Shox, great move from Shox. Absolutely read that perfectly. Gets the second entry as well. He's going out of his mind for this A-bomb site, and Kyoshima are going to pick up another easy one. 3D Max, they're all out of position, getting caught out with their pants around their ankles.
Absolutely no fear from LDLC here. This is insane. Kishima had the bomb. He just aggressively peeked anyway. No fear whatsoever. If he had been fragged, the bomb would have been down into CT spawn, and that would have been a colossal error. But just showing the confidence in LDLC versus this team right now is absolutely off the charts. They are about to be on match point. not having lost a single player in this round.
The-
2 AWPs on the deck as well.
I mean, the really cool thing to me about what Shox did there is that he's in a situation where a smoke is coming at him, and he knows that he could back away, but the smoke is kind of going to go behind him. So his position, by the smoke landing where it does, is already further, like he knows, it's further than where his opponent thinks he can be. So he's playing off of that information, and also the fact that the smoke is there from his in the position that he was, that the guy is not going to be close to him. So that means the guy's repositioning, so he just moves in and just gets the free frag. It's really well read by the shot.
Yeah, blind games. The opponent's probably going to have his knife out. Could have his back to him as well. Smith's just running blind right now. That's the Rambo we know and love. And he does fall, so does NBK, but happy with 2 fast frags. Shoxy helping out as well, but the trade does come in from Disturbed. 2 versus 2 right now. Kiyashima going to take out Natu. Kiyashima picking up the AWP. Happy going for the frag. Going to make it 16-9. Never mind the bomb plant. And that is a very strong showing from LDLC indeed.